everybody. Here I am again. Heather's out, busy. So it's just me. You have just me. Today we are talking about property taxes. So property taxes in Oregon actually funds a lot of our state, to be completely honest. And property taxes seem to go up every year, but they're really actually capped. So your property taxes aren't going up probably as much as they could be, say, if you lived in California, for instance. So to just give you a perspective, in California, when the house sells, your tax is reassessed based on the market value of the recent sale. That does not happen here, thank goodness. So at least for us owners. And so what happens is, you get this statement in the mail. Here, I'm going to show you mine. It looks a lot like this. It's yellow like this when you have a loan on the property. It would be green if you owned the property outright. So obviously I have a yellow one because I have a loan on mine. And what that means is the property taxes are due. This is going to be super weird. But our property taxes are due in October. And in October, you're paying back to the last July and forward to the next June. So my understanding is the reason why we do that way is actually because most of our state used to be farmers, and farmers have a big windfall come in when all of their crops are sold in the fall. And so that's why we pay in the fall instead of, January to December, for instance, would make more sense. But I'm just kind of giving you a general idea of what property taxes are, how they came to be, and how they work. So one of the big things is people will call me and say, my property taxes just went up, and why did they go up? Well, they went up because you passed the school bond or the library bond, and those things are different than just your base property taxes. So when we pass those bonds that are associated with property taxes, those add on to our property taxes, and they have a time period that they're on our property taxes. So, a school bond might be $1 for every $1,000 of value for the next 10 years. So those will eventually fall off at some point. So there are multiple things that you're going to see in your property tax bill, and they're going to all be right here. See how this lists a world of stuff on it? All of those are different districts and also bonds that we've passed, and each one's going to be different in a different area of town. So if you haven't gotten the gist yet, property taxes are very complicated in our lovely city. And a lot of people are like, man, I feel like I'm paying way too much. I shouldn't be paying this much in property taxes. So you can appeal them, and you can only appeal them in January, and there is a very short window. Now, there are professionals that will help you do this, and I would strongly recommend that you reach out to me, and I will give you that professional's contact info. But if you decide to go it alone, you make an appointment with the court. You get 10 minutes in front of the court-appointed person, and they get to decide. So you better have some really compulsive or very compelling evidence as to why your property taxes should not be what they are. And usually that evidence would be based in other properties and what they're valued at, and then and recently. So they would have to be recently sold, and you say, well, look, this thing is worth this much, and this is how my assessed value should be less than. So long story short, you should probably hire a professional. But if you have any questions about your property taxes, reach out to me, and I can give you some great people that will help you with this. And we can just kind of talk through it. I hope I've just confused the crap out of you. And you have a lovely week. Take care.